In Islam, controlling the five senses is a fundamental aspect of faith and spiritual development. It's not about repression, but about channeling and disciplining them to live a life that pleases Allah. This process is known as Jihad al-Nafs, the struggle against the inner self, and is central to achieving taqwa, God consciousness. The underlying principle is that the senses are a trust, amana, from God and are tools for navigating the world. When used correctly, they lead to good. When misused, they lead to sin and spiritual decay. Here is how Islam teaches Muslims to control each of the five senses, with practical guidance derived from the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. 1. The sense of sight, al-Basar. The teaching: the eyes are a gateway to the heart. What they see can either strengthen faith or lead to spiritual corruption. Lowering the gaze, Ghadh al-Basar. This is a direct command from the Quran for both men and women. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their private parts. And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their private parts. Quran 24:30-31, practical application. Avoiding the forbidden, consciously looking away from inappropriate images, scenes of sin, or that which stirs unlawful desires. Directing the gaze towards goodness, using the sight to reflect on Allah's creation, read the Quran, seek beneficial knowledge, and appreciate beauty in a lawful manner. Controlling media consumption. Being extremely mindful of what one watches on TV, social media, and the internet, as these are primary sources of visual input today. 2. The sense of hearing, as Sam. The teaching: the ears are a primary source of information and ideas. What enters through them shapes one's thoughts and beliefs. Guarding the ears, the Quran describes the virtuous as those who avoid vain speech, and those who turn away from ill speech. Quran 23:3, practical application. Avoiding lies, gossip, and backbiting, refusing to listen to slander, gossip, ghibah, or falsehood. Rejecting harmful speech, walking away from conversations that involve mocking religion, obscenity, or instigation to sin. Seeking beneficial speech, actively listening to the Quran, religious reminders, beneficial knowledge, and good advice. The Prophet, PBUH, would even seek refuge in Allah from a listening that does not benefit. 3. The sense of speech, al-Lisan. The teaching: the tongue is arguably the most dangerous sense to mismanage. The Prophet, PBUH, said, "Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him speak good or remain silent." Sahih al-Bukhari and Amp. Muslim: speaking the truth, always bearing witness to justice, even against oneself or one's family. Practical application: the fast of the tongue, speaking only what is necessary, true, kind, and beneficial. Avoiding lying, gossip, backbiting, slander, cursing, foul language, and arguing uselessly. 4. The sense of smell, ash-sham. The teaching: while less frequently discussed, smell is connected to purification and avoiding what is foul, both physically and spiritually. Seeking pleasant scents, the Prophet, PBUH, liked pleasant fragrances and encouraged personal hygiene. Using perfume for Friday prayer and social gatherings is a recommended practice, Sunnah. Practical application: avoiding harmful environments, staying away from places filled with the smell of smoke, alcohol, or other impure and harmful substances. 5. The sense of taste, ad-Dak. The teaching: the mouth and stomach are a trust. What one consumes directly affects one's physical and spiritual state. Consuming the lawful, halal, this is a paramount command in Islam. O messengers, Eat from the good foods and act righteously. Quran 23:51, practical application. Halal diet. Strictly consuming only what is permissible, halal, in terms of source, e.g., lawful meat, and nature, e.g., no alcohol. Moderation in eating, avoiding overeating. The Prophet, Pbuh, said, "The son of Adam fills no vessel worse than his stomach. It is sufficient for the son of Adam to eat a few morsels to keep his back straight. If he must fill it, then 1/3 for food, 1/3 for drink, and 1/3 for air." Sunan al-Tirmidhi. The overarching spiritual framework. This discipline is not achieved through willpower alone. Islam provides a complete system to facilitate this control. The foundation of faith, Iman, a strong belief in Allah and the hereafter, is the primary motivator. The awareness that Allah is watching, Ihsan, is the most powerful deterrent. Daily prayer, Salah. The 5 daily prayers act as spiritual reset buttons throughout the day, pulling a Muslim away from worldly indulgence and back to the remembrance of God. 3. Fasting, Sawm. The monthly fast of Ramadan is a comprehensive training camp for sensory control. It teaches restraint over hunger, thirst, and sexual desires, and strengthens one's ability to control the tongue and other senses. Constant remembrance, dhikr, filling the heart and mind with the remembrance of Allah crowds out space for sinful thoughts and impulses. Seeking good company, being around righteous people who encourage and model this disciplined lifestyle. In summary, Islam teaches that the 5 senses are not masters to be obeyed, but servants to be mastered. By controlling them, a Muslim achieves inner peace, spiritual purity, and a state of harmony between their physical existence and their spiritual purpose, which is to worship and please Allah.